What up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, and today I get to show you a first look at Magic's Vegas Pro 15. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, Think Magazine, put in a geek, and you got me. Follow me on the socials right there. And of course, hey, we got the new merchandise, including the OGD shirt, Obsessive Geek Disorder, which is what I got, and you probably got that too. You can check that out over at geekazine.com/merch. Go ahead and follow me on the socials, like and subscribe over on youtube.com/geekazine. Remember to hit that little bell for notifications, and of course comment below with some positive thoughts so we can keep the conversation going from there. So Magix has put out their Vegas Pro 15 line, which is the update from Vegas Pro 14, of course. Magix purchasing the software from Sony about a year and a half ago, and of course they're making strides to keep things going forward for your video production. Now, I've talked to these guys extensively because it's the exact same crew that's working on Vegas 15. In fact, I'm here in Madison, Wisconsin. They're still here in Madison, Wisconsin. So it's the same crew that's been delivering you this Vegas Pro software as they go, including, you know, the Vegas Pro and the Vegas Movie Studio, the whole line of the video editors and audio editors. Today, we're going to focus on Vegas Pro 15, of course. So we're going to go through the list of what has changed so you can make a determination of how and when you upgrade. All right, so this is Vegas Pro 15 software. It's on its darker theme, and I created a little video there, so I had something to work with of me just tooling around in the studio here. We're going to use that to chop it up and show you some of the cool features. Of course, I can't show this to you, but I can tell you that Magix has been working on that AVC AAC codec, and they've gotten tweaked down a little bit better. In fact, if you've got the 8th generation Intel Core processors, which just came out. We're talking Skylake, we're talking Kaby Lake. Both of these will have improved performance when you go to render any project on Vegas Pro 15. Now, what they have is it's called a QSV Accelerated 8-bit HEVC/AVC decoding and encoding processor. So anything that's QSV accelerated in 8-bit or 10-bit, you'll be able to use it for a faster encodes. Now, the same thing goes with NVIDIA graphics cards, GPU technology. If you have the NVIDIA Quadro with Fermi architecture, you're going to see a boost in your performance on the using the graphics card. So, if you have the new Core i7 8th generation processor with the NVIDIA graphics Quadro Fermi architecture technology card, you're going to have a pretty sweet system to render all your Vegas Pro 15 videos. All right, let's talk about the design options first on this thing before we get into any of the cool effects, but there's a lot of cool effects here. So let's go into the options. We go to options and preferences. In the display tab, this is where the magic changes are going to happen. Now you have your interface type. This is actually changing your background. And you know, with 14, you had that grayish looking background to do all your editing. Now you can use a dark theme, you can use the medium theme, you can use the light theme, or you can use the white theme. So basically, you choose your theme, you hit OK. We'll go to light really quick. And then we'll hit apply, and it'll say you'll have to shut down and restart Vegas. So we'll say yes, and I'll say okay, and then I'll close this out. Then I'll go back into Vegas Pro 15. As you can see, a brand new splash page. And then now we're seeing it looks like Vegas 14, 13, 12, whatever. But if I want to change it up again, I can go to preferences, I can go back to display, and I can choose the white theme, the medium. Let's choose the white theme really quick and hit apply and say okay, and then say okay. Notice the buttons on this as well as you're going. I'm going to come right back in here, and now the buttons. Now with the white theme, as you notice, the buttons, they're basically color buttons, which you can change the color, and we'll show you that in a second. But as you can see, it's a white theme. It's totally different. You can choose to what your feeling is. There's no coffee theme or eggplant theme or anything like that, but you'll have some options. And I suppose if you send in a letter writing campaign to Magix and say, hey, I want an eggplant theme, you might see that in future versions. So we're going to go back to dark, and we're going to say apply, we're going to say okay, we're going to say okay, we're going to close this out, and bada boom, we are back to this theme. Like I said, as you see on the bottom here, we have all the buttons. They're in color, so you can actually change that through back in this display preference. The icon's color strength, we can go from 100, let's go down to 0, so you can see what that is. It's going to have to restart to do it. We're going to hit OK, close it out, and now, as you can see, the color of the icons are straight one color, in this case being white. And of course, when you have the white theme, it'll be a darker color like a black, so you can see through that. But we like to have some color in our icons, so I'm just going to bring it back up here to 100%. We're going to bring it back, and through the magic of editing, you won't see any of this happen again. All right, next up, let's take a look at the interface here. As you can see, it's slightly different. We're going to expand the video here. And as you can see, you have your video area, which just like 14, you have this box. But up above, you have a bar. And that bar will contain your options. You can say none of the options, or you can say all the options. But on the top right-hand corner, you have this little thing right here. It's called a hamburger button, because it looks like a hamburger. That makes sense, right? You press it, and you've got your editable button set right here. That's all these buttons right here. You can say I want them in, I don't want them in. We can hide all and hit OK, and they're all gone. But then they show up in the hamburger bar. And then we go back to editable buttons, and we say, okay, let's do pan and crop, let's do effects, and that's pretty much it. So we'll hit OK, and now we have, it looks exactly like 14 was with your crop and with your effects. Same thing with audio. You'll have this same option, the same hamburger button. In fact, the hamburger button is in a lot of parts of Vegas 15, and hopefully no hamburglar will come and take that away. The bar at first was a little tough to get the feel of, but especially because I like to shrink all my tracks, and I like to have the ability to edit from there. But in order for me to change the velocity on the video like this, I gotta extend the track a little bit more than I want, because you know it doesn't work like this. There is no line. I have to bring it out to about here before I can actually see a line. So it's one of those things you just have to get used to, and I'm getting used to it pretty quick. A couple new features up in the file, the new render window. This is pretty cool. Go up to File and go to Render As, and the new render window is right here. It looks more like Movie Studio's render box. On the left side, you can choose what type of rendering codecs you want to use, and then on the right side, which codec from 1080p to 360p or whatever. Other than that, render options is right here. You can customize your template right here, and of course an about button right here, and then render. It's going to tell you, like right now, this file size is going to take 37 megabytes, and in its render style. The other thing that you can do is you can share online. Now, this button was in Vegas 14, but what it would do is it would go up to the Sony Creative site. Now Magix has taken it over, and they're giving you options, and these are the options. You can upload to Facebook, you can upload to Vimeo, you can upload to YouTube. No other services just yet, but I'm guessing if there's a letter writing campaign, they'll probably put something in. So upload to YouTube, you just press that. As you can see, you have your title, your description, your tags. You can go public or private, or you can render your normal or higher resolution. And of course, if you hit higher, you have this also. It's grayed out right now because I don't have a section set up, but you can render only a loop region. So you could actually, taking a loop like this, and then going up to File, and going to Share Online, and go to Facebook, and then put in test scene, normal, higher, render the region only, and then if I hit upload, it's going to render that, and I'll render that pretty quick. And then of course it needs me to log into Facebook. Let me do that right now. And when it does that, it says, hey, I want to continue on. I can review my information. Okay, yeah, public information, continue as Jeffrey. I can put it in friends. I can see all my lists. So this is my personal profile. This is not a page profile. I'm not exactly sure how you can do that to a page profile. And then it's going to upload it to Facebook and be right there, right then. Boom, just like that. So now I'm here on my Facebook page. I've only posted this to me, and as you can see, my video is right there, 6 seconds. Just as easy as that. So imagine you creating little clips, maybe doing a small promo, and then taking the loop region and then uploading that to Facebook saying, hey, I'm going to be putting out this video soon, so watch it now. And go from there. So, and of course, you can create your own little sub movie or put the whole thing up on Facebook, up on YouTube, up on Vimeo, just like that. Going back to the design really quick, like I said, you can make it look a lot like Vegas 14. If you notice, there's no trimmer window right here. It's actually right here in the tabs, which are part of this. And of course, you can change this whole thing around. You can bring this timeline up to the top and the video down to the bottom, and vice versa. You can open and close whatever you need. But if you really want the old Vegas view, all you have to do is go to Windows Layouts, and you'll see Vegas 14 Default, and there you go. You've got the default there. If you go back here, you can go to Windows Layout and go to Default Layout, which is what I'm going to stick with. And of course, there's different types of other layouts. We've got the audio mixing layout. Of course, I don't have any audio here in the timeline, so but you could once that comes in, you'll see stuff that you can use to fix and adjust that. So, and of course, the other layout, the color correction layout. So it shows me where my strengths and weaknesses on the color are, so I can make adjustments as I go. So let's get back to the official default layout. Of course, you can create your own layout and then use that, and then you can save that as a layout, so you can just go into view and say, I want my layout, and poof, there it is. Now let's take a look at some of the cool effects and things you can do inside of Vegas 15. The first one, I'm going to take this and split this up into two different parts of the track. Now on this track, I'm going to go into my crop feature, and I'm just going to kind of crop it and then tilt it a little bit and bring it here. Now before, what I would do is I would then put this, I call this Jeff 1 or something like that, and save that as that. So if I had to do that to other scenes, I could do it just as easy. Now all I have to do is select the scene, go to the burger menu, and go down to the edit visible button set, and then choose this right here, selectively paste event attributes, and hit OK. And now it's going to bring this up. So now if I go like this and I go copy, you see how this one just lit up? We'll go back over here and we'll hit this button, and it's going to ask, well, what do you want to copy over? We're going to select all, and we're going to hit OK. Now this part of my video has the exact same attributes as the other video. So as you can see, there's the crop. Let's go back to the other video, and there's the crop. So I can actually make changes. All right, we'll back out a little bit. I'm going to show you some of the new effects in here. And one of them is called Picture in Picture. And I'm really excited about it. Before, you basically created a mask, or you just resized and then put them into track 1, track 2. It's pretty simple. But with this new Vegas effect, you can do it simply through here. And we'll choose Picture in Picture right here. And it's right there. And we'll hit OK. And now we have a picture-in-picture frame. And as you can see, you have this circular item here, which you can use to adjust your picture. Oh, I'm going out of control. I can scale it from here. I can angle it from here. And I can change the opacity. So now I can bring that in. I can use these controls right here to adjust, or I can use the controls on the video effects event to do that as well. All right, let's close that up. And of course, boom, there we are, back to where we originally were if you just turn off the effect. If you deal in LUTs, then you're going to love this plugin. Of course, it's the LUT plugin. Now you're going, well, what's a LUT plugin? It's basically called the lookup table. And the easiest way to say it, it's basically like an Instagram filter. Simple as that. So you can go in, and then you can go to your video effects, and you can go to OFX. That's where you're going to find your LUTs. your LUT filter. You bring that, you drag that down into your video timeline. LUT filters are pretty much set, so basically it's like taking a piece of film and putting it in front of the camera, and then that's your color. But this is doing the same thing. You've got to download some LUT files, and I downloaded some LUT files. Let me find them. Go into my LUT folder, and there we are. And of course, I'm just going to use this Fuji 3510 to make it look like an old Fuji camera would there. And as you can see, that put an effect on here. I can change the interpolation from linear to tetrahedral. That'll just help with the rendering look. And then of course my strength if I want more of the original look, or I want just 100% of this. And then of course with the LUT filter you can turn it off and turn it on. And that's pretty much it for now. These are all the cool new features that Vegas 15 has to offer. I'll be playing with them and giving more of an overall review as I go through creating my content at Geekazine. Of course, I create a majority of my content on Vegas Pro. And of course, you know, there's a little bit of home-built technology right here. And I'm really proud to have these guys still sitting just on the other side of town. And that's it. That's the newest version of Vegas Pro 15, which is out now. You can get it. There'll probably be an upgrade price, and of course the full price if you don't have that. But of course we will have that over at geekazine.com/Vegas, and it's an affiliate code, of course. But go over to geekazine.com/Vegas. It'll take you right to the page, and it'll give you all the options to either upgrade or buy a new. Jeffrey Powers here at Geekazine. Thanks a lot for watching. You can find me over on the socials. Just look Geekazine, Think Magazine, put in a geek, and you got me. And of course, like this video, comment on this video, and let other people know about this video that are looking for video editors and looking to upgrade to something like Vegas Pro 15. All right, well, thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, you guys geek out and render well.